At one point or another, we've all asked ourselves, what's wrong with me? For some of us, the answer is easy. We have a temporary illness or some easily diagnosed condition. But for others, the answer isn't so easy. Finding what's wrong seems like an unsolvable problem without any real solutions, especially if you have a rare or unknown condition. In this video, we'll discuss the definition of misdiagnosis and missed diagnosis. We'll also look at why these situations occur, the consequences, and what you can do to help your healthcare team give you an accurate diagnosis. There's nothing as frustrating or discouraging to a patient than experiencing a set of symptoms and not being able to get an accurate diagnosis. A misdiagnosis is when your doctor tells you that you have some illness, disease, or condition, but that diagnosis turns out to be incorrect. In this situation, the patient could possibly be given the wrong treatment. For instance, a doctor might diagnose someone with chronic bronchitis when they actually have something more serious, such as lung cancer. A missed diagnosis, also called failure to diagnose, occurs when there is no name or explanation given for a set of symptoms and no diagnosis is made. Usually this means the patient does not receive any treatment. An example of this is when a doctor gives the patient a clean bill of health while the patient is actually suffering from a disease or other medical condition that continues to get worse. One study conducted in a high-income country found that approximately 5% of adults experience diagnostic errors in outpatient settings each year. Over half of these errors had the potential for severe harm. The researchers suggested that this was likely to be an underestimate, and the rate of diagnostic errors in low-income countries may be even higher. Sometimes a set of symptoms cannot be diagnosed by a physician. Common reasons that this may occur include symptoms are vague or hard to identify. The body system causing the symptoms may not be evident. Multiple health conditions could complicate a diagnosis. For example, individual symptoms may be caused by separate health issues. Some conditions do not have tests to identify them definitively. Conditions are ruled out too quickly when the patient does not fit the typical profile or their symptoms do not follow the typical pattern. Some conditions are so rare that doctors may not have any experience with them. And lastly, a new condition may not have been discovered yet, or there may not be a name for it. When a physician is unable to find a reason for a patient's symptoms, they may look for other explanations. Some physicians may assume the patient is not having symptoms or they are made up, or just treat the symptoms of the problem individually without further evaluation, or label the patient with a trash can diagnosis or wastebasket diagnosis. A wastebasket diagnosis is a vague or fake diagnosis that may be given to the patient when a doctor doesn't have a diagnosis, or when no underlying pathology can be proven through labs, radiology, or testing. This situation could lead to not being properly treated or symptoms worsening. Physicians are only human, and they make mistakes just like the rest of us. Despite all the advances in medicine, everything about the human body is not known. Also consider that some doctors are more conservative, while others tend to be more aggressive, so the conclusions they come to in their recommendations can vary significantly. If your physician is unable to make a diagnosis, or you think you may have been misdiagnosed, a second opinion from another physician or referral to a specialist may be necessary. Doctors specifically trained in certain body systems will be more educated and knowledgeable about conditions that may affect you. This could be particularly important if you are dealing with a rare condition or disease. Second opinions help clarify if the current treatment plan is the best option or if other more beneficial treatment plans are available. They can also confirm an initial diagnosis and help avoid misdiagnosis. Second opinions are an important part of becoming an empowered patient and understanding all of your options. There are some questions to ask when looking for a specialist. Questions like, what kind of specialist is needed? What specialists are available inside and outside your area? What is the specialist's background and their style of treatment? And what are their credentials? Answers to these questions will help narrow down your options and prepare you for your initial appointment. Also consider asking friends and family members if they've had any experience with the type of specialist you're considering. Finding the right specialist that you can trust is essential, and asking the right questions can be an important part of the decision-making process and in locating the right one for you. Another way to improve your odds of finding answers to your health questions is through peer support. Many online resources are available to help connect people with others like themselves. Participating in forums, social media, health communities, and support groups is an effective way to meet people in similar situations and who have similar symptoms. Research has shown that peer-to-peer support has numerous benefits, including improved quality of life, decreased levels of depression, and overall improved health outcomes. Asking the right questions in the right communities could shed light on your situation and lead you one step closer to finding answers. Some illnesses develop over time, and in the early stages can be difficult to diagnose. A patient journal or patient diary is kept by the patient to record health details such as medical history, symptoms, diagnosis, medication, diet and exercise, and an overall timeline of care. Web-based and mobile applications are also available to record a digital health history. A patient diary can help keep a chronological record of test results, appointments, drug treatments, and any side effects. It also gives the patient a place to write down their thoughts, feelings, and any questions they have. It keeps patients, caregivers, and physicians informed and on top of important information so they can communicate more easily about future plans and voice their questions and concerns. There are other benefits too. Journaling has been shown to increase mindfulness, memory, and communication skills, and even lead to better sleep and a stronger immune system. When your physician acknowledges that they do not know what's wrong with you, it's not the end. It's just the beginning to finding the answers you need. This is where the search for a solution begins. Missed and misdiagnoses are not uncommon, and you owe it to yourself and your family to seek an accurate diagnosis and the right treatment plan for you. For more videos and resources like this, please visit humanhealthproject.org.